Hello, I'm the Twit Gamer, and we're gonna be doing a Let's Play of the Legend of Heroes, Trails in the Sky. Now, a bit housekeeping before we get into the actual game. This is actually part of a little experiment we're running on the channel here. I have played Cold Steel 1, 2, and 3. Now, I don't intend to play 4 before I've gone through Sky and Crossbell. Let's put it like that. I need to play them. I need to. But we're seeing what effect having played those 3 games has on the previous games, and see how it plays out, and see if my knowledge actually comes into play. So I warn you now, there's probably going to be spoilers for those 3 games as I go through Trails in the Sky, all 3 games there, and the Crossbell games. So if you want to go see those Let's Plays, they are down in the description. You can find the links there. And if you do want to support me on Patreon, you can find me, the Twit Gamer. I don't like throwing that out, so you won't expect to hear me going on about that beyond now, basically, so don't worry about that. But other than that, it's like I'm really looking forward to this. It's like I'm very excited after Cold Steel 3 to see what happened in the past with Trails in the Sky. It's like, what happened? Let's have a look at the options, though. Pretty fine with that. I've got the limit on because there's no point having it beyond that. I don't need it beyond that. So, let's get into Trails in the Sky. It's gonna be fun. Normal, obviously, average difficulty, even those wanting a little challenge. I do want a little challenge. We're going on hard. I know. First instincts here are, is there a copy of Woo Baby on that bookshelf? Daddy's really late. Even got a message from the guild saying he'd be home today too. And Shadow's gone travelling around the kingdom on some kind of training. I'm so bored. Maybe I'll just practice with my staff a bit more before dinner. Hey, I'm home. Daddy! Sorry to have kept you waiting, Estelle. Did you take good care of the house while I was away? Now that's a name I recognize. Of course I did. Did you run into any trouble, Daddy? You didn't get hurt fighting the bad monsters, did you? Nope, I'm as fit as a fiddle. That reminds me, though. I brought you a present. Really? What kind of present? A new fishing pole? Sneakers? Something for my training? Maybe I raised you wrong, Estelle. Aren't little girls supposed to like clothes and jewelry? I like pretty clothes, but they just get dirty. And jewelry breaks when you go play outside with it on. Anyway, Daddy, what's with the big blanket? Is that my present? Oh, you're a sharp one. The present has feet. Oh, why don't you come have a look? It's a boy. What? Oh, here you are. Quite a handsome boy, don't you think? Wait. Why is my present a boy? Oh dear. Don't make such a fuss or you'll wake him up. Wake him up? You mean he's still alive? Alright. He's kind of dead if you ask me. I've treated his wounds, so he should be in stable condition. In the meantime, however, we'll need to let him rest. I'll put him to bed. So if you wouldn't mind heating a kettle or water on the stove, I'd appreciate it. Make a cup of tea. Okay. It's looking for Woo Baby again there. Don't see it. He sure sleeps soundly. And he almost looks the same age as me. This is the first time I've ever seen black hair like that, too. He certainly does have a nice head of dark hair. And a pair of amber eyes to go with it. That's nice and all, but how about you come clean and fess up? Fess up? Yeah. Who is this kid, anyway? Why is he hurt? Why did you bring him to our house? Is he a illegitimate child or something? Did you betray Mummy? Where have you been picking up these kinds of words? No doubt from Scheherazade, I assume. Is that a Pokemon? Yep, that's right. For heaven's sake, that girl is going to get me into trouble one of these days with all her nonsense. Actually, I just met this boy while I was out on business. I don't even know his name. You mean bracer business? Uh-huh. Something like that. So he's already part of the braces at this point, okay. Oh, look. Huh. He's waking up. Wow. His eyes really are the colour of amber. Triple dot. Where am I? So you've awakened now, are you? You've awakened now? You're awake now, are you? Welcome to my humble home. You'll be safe here, so please just try to rest. What are you trying to pull? Huh? You must be out of your mind. You just leave me there to die. Why? That's a question I don't know how to answer. Does things just worked out that way work for you? Just don't toy with me, Cassius Bright. You have any idea what you're getting yourself involved with? Hey! Oh dear. I mean, he's recovering from injuries and you decide to just kick him? Essentially? You're sure shouting a lot for someone who's supposed to be hurt. I mean, again, you just both your legs on it. Running your mouth like that is just gonna make it take longer for your body to heal, especially if you've just been drop kicked. Triple dot. Yeah, I think he's just died. Just who are you supposed to be? I'm Estelle Bright. She's my daughter. Don't you remember me telling you that I have a daughter your age? Now that you mention it. Wait a minute. I'm trying to change the subject. That's 3 times? That's gotta hurt. I mean, he's injured. Ow. Quit yelling. Quit yelling. Alright, already. Just don't kick me. You jumping on my like that isn't gonna make me heal any faster either. No, it isn't. It's just 3 times. I don't hear you yelling again, do I? Look, jumping on me like that isn't going to make things worse. Do I hear yelling? Is anyone punishment for that? Death. Never mind. Just forget it. It's a word of advice. It would be wise not to argue with Estelle while you're in this house. Yeah, I mean, even if you're injured, she's gonna just leg drop. Anyway, even I wouldn't stand a chance if I made her mad enough. I can see that. By the way, aren't you forgetting something? Huh? Your name. You know, that thing that people call you? I told you mine already. So don't you think it would be unfair and impolite not to tell me yours? It seems like the logical thing to do, if you ask me. Trying to hide it now would only serve to your detriment. Fine. My name is... God, I wanted to say John Cena. You know what, I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna risk it. You know how I am with theories and stuff if you watched previous Let's Plays of Kiseki. Let's see what we can figure out here. Probably not a lot at the moment, but I'm gonna remember this. I warn you. I will remember stuff. You know how my mind works. I can piece stuff together quite well. Quite well. Still at the moment, not much to go on. Just places. We're finally here. Can't wait. It's gonna be fun. She's got a lot to live up to. Let's put it like that. Like people have been bigging up Estelle for so long, like the past year for me, so she's got a lot to live up to. So far, she's impressing me with the drop kicks. Jeez. Fine looking fellow. It's a good mustache. Okay, tarot cards. Who could this be? Oh, some kind of picture of a horse behind him. How strange. And clearly we know. Also, I do recognize that logo. And we knew there was airships. It's trails in the sky, after all. So what's this letter? I'm assuming it was the one that was in the envelope previous. Now, this thing, clearly an artifact. Clearly an artifact. And that's just an orbment. I mean, braces. Yes, we know about the braces. I'd imagine... Now this is how much we're going into spoilers so quickly, by the way. That artifact is probably what causes the orbital shutdown phenomena. Obviously, don't spoil things for me. It's like, yeah, I have a little bit of info here and there. That'd be the Queen. I have a little bit of info here and there. From Cold Steel 1, 2, and 3, but that's all I want to know. Don't tell me anything that comes from these games that I don't know. Basically. And this is intriguing. That looks a bit like Stargazer's tower. I saw Ouroboros' logo behind there. Oh, there's 4 beams. I saw 4 beams. I'd say it's like, compared to like other ones I've seen, it doesn't give that much away, does it? Well, it probably does, and I don't realise. Yet. It's one giant egg. Also, incidentally, would you like me to turn off the beeps? The text here, because I can do that, so just let me know if you prefer them off. It'll probably take place in quite a while, because I'm going to record quite far ahead. I'm not sure what you guys want, but it'll turn off or stay on, depending on what you want. So, it's so bright in here. Yawn. I slept like a rock. That must mean it's Dad's turn to cook this morning. And if that means Joshua's still in bed. Right, spoil his name. Guess that's a no. Clearly playing the harmonica. I guess I'd better get myself ready then, too. There's a Calvert spy on top of that barrel. Bravo! Bravo! Nice, Joshua. Bravo. Good morning, Estelle. I hope I didn't wake you. Nah, I was already up when I heard you start to play. Can't believe how awake you are. No. Even the roosters still have bags under their eyes. Can they do that, by the way? Someone let me know. Not that I mind, what with the siren song of yours gently lulling this beautiful woman from her slumber. What do you mean, woman? We're the same age, and I'm hardly a man. Just... How wrong you are, Joshua. We may be the same age, but I am clearly the woman of the house. And that makes you something like my loyal follower, wouldn't you agree? Yeah, how fortunate for you. At least try and sound a tiny bit sincere. It really is a nice tune, though. Cheerful, yet somehow wistful. I like your other songs too, of course, but this one's my favorite. What's it called again? The Whereabouts of Light. That's right, The Whereabouts of Light. Wish I could play the harmonica like you, Joshua. Sadly, it's a lot harder than it looks. Compared to what it takes to use a staff, I think the harmonica is much easier. It really is just a matter of concentration. You're probably right. Guess my problem is just that if I don't do something that uses my whole body, I start to feel drowsy. Kinda know how you feel, to be honest. Okay, playing the harmonica is fine and all, but how about getting some exercise too? All your hobbies are sitting around kind of stuff like reading and music. No girl is gonna be impressed with just that. And excuse me for being so unpopular with the ladies. Although I feel like I should be the one lecturing you about your hobbies. I mean, what kind of boy wants a girl who loves fishing, collecting bugs, and has a fetish for sports shoes? That's enough talk about my hobbies for now, huh? And for your information, I graduated from bug collecting a long time ago. Really? I'll believe that when I stop finding beetles in the hallway. Hey, Estelle, Joshua. Morning, Dad. Good morning, Dad. Is breakfast ready? Oh, you've accepted him as your father, I see. It's ready and waiting. Why don't the both of you hurry on down before it gets cold? Okay, I'm on my way. So somehow this music reminded me of Sonic Adventure. Strangely. Thanks for the grub, Dad. Boy, am I stuffed. Are you eating or inhaling, Estelle? Like people say, kids who eat and sleep a lot grow a lot. Well, I'll make sure you get enough to eat, but don't forget to pour that energy into your work too. That reminds me, you are finishing up your training at the guild today, aren't you? That's right. It'll be a review of everything we've learned up to this point. And once we're finished, we'll be bracers just like you, Dad. That means I'm not going to let you treat me like a kid anymore, either. You still lack understanding, Estelle. You can only become a junior bracer in the beginning, or in other words, a trainee. If you want to be treated like an adult, you should work extra hard in your training to become a full-fledged bracer. And I'm not afraid of a little hard work. Just you watch and see what I'm capable of, Dad. I'll be so successful that it won't be long before I pass you too. That's the spirit. Let's see what you're made of then, shall we? Let's not start a rivalry here, you two. And Estelle, keep your focus on the task at hand. We have a test later on today, remember? Huh? Wait. What test? Please tell me you didn't forget about the test, Estelle. You know, the one that checks whether or not we've mastered the skills we've been learning in training. Don't you remember Shadow saying that if we failed, we'd be stuck with a ton of extra homework? Crap. Totally forgot. Now that you mention it, I guess I kind of remember her saying something like that. Don't sweat it. I'm sure we'll manage somehow or another. I honestly don't know how you've survived this long, Estelle. Your brain is like a sieve. Papa is sad. How could any child of mine end up with such a careless, over-optimistic personality? What was or like, you're the one that raised me, so I definitely got it from you. I swear the two of you act so much alike, but whatever. We should probably head over to the guild soon, Estelle. Shadow's going to be waiting there for us. Sounds like a plan. How crazy scary she gets when someone keeps her waiting. Oh, before I forget, it's my turn to cook dinner tonight. Is there anything in particular you'd like to eat, Dad? Any requests? Something I'd like to eat, huh? How about Rouen-style scalloped fish in a balsamic vinegar sauce? Ooh. What's that? I think that's a little more than Estelle's cooking skills can handle. Or our stomachs. You're right. I just wanted to see what kind of reaction I could get. I know how you feel, Cassius. Do that a lot. I'll just have the usual fried fish and omelette. No need for anything fancy, but do try to make something edible. How rude. But I can't exactly say he's wrong. Actually, I do have one favor to ask before you head out. I'd like you to pick me up a copy of the Liberl news from the general goods store. They're supposed to be getting the latest edition in today. Got it. One copy of the Liberl news from the general goods store. 500 mira? If there's any money left over, you can have it as your allowance. However, that means no wasteful spending. Alright, thanks, Dad. Okay, we're heading out now. See you later, Dad. Work hard and give Shadow my regards. Shadow's it's hard not to think of her as a Pokemon. Like, ooh, what's that? What's the camera? Ooh. Oh, that's turbo mode, isn't it? Yeah, because I've got turbo mode turned on. Ooh, hello. Ooh. Like, why is there so many buttons for the same thing? Ooh. So holding in the left stick, I can remap the buttons and stuff like that, but holding in the left stick is what makes me run, but it's like, ooh, I don't want that. I'd actually want it to be probably holding down L2. DualShock controller and all. Oh, need to cough, be right back. There we go. Also took the opportunity to change up the configuration a little for my controls, just make it a bit easier to wander around. Can't interact with the books. No copy of Woo Baby. Oh, where am I? Oh, up there. It's just like, oh, it's a little back entrance to the house. So I just want to have a little wander around, and obviously speak to Cassius here, but, you know, we'll head up first. See what is in the room, see if there's anything. There you go. No, it's just rest and leave. Okay, fair enough. Calvin Spy. They're everywhere. You know that, they're everywhere, look. Damn Calvin Spies. Is that just another... Yeah. Hello? No? Oh. What's this? Is that Woo Baby? I don't think it's Woo Baby. Tis a shame. Nothing special. Just wondering like, if there's any like hidden items or anything like that. I'm going completely blind in terms of the game play as well. It's that sort of idea of... I want to try and do everything, but I don't want to be told where it is, that sort of thing. So anyway, Cassius. By the way, Dad, is it going to be alright if you stay at home like this instead of going to the guild today? I haven't been there for a couple of days now. Unfortunately, I have a lot of paperwork to sort out. Don't you worry, I'm carrying a big enough workload that the guild is not likely to fire me anytime soon. It's not exactly the most convincing thing I've heard come out of your mouth. About yourself, shouldn't you be getting over to the guild? Shara is waiting, right? Right, so that's repeating down. Is there any way to make the dialogue go faster? Other than turbo mode, obviously. You see the fire going crazy when I turn it on and off. Oh, alright then. Let's make our way to down then. I do like the sort of isometric angle we got here. It's gotta be a bit jarring for me coming from Cold Steel 3 in terms of graphics, etc. But I'll get used to it fast, don't worry. There's a standing log for staff practice. Can I practice on it? I'd like to practice on it. Calvert Spy. They're everywhere, waiting, watching, learning. Lee's Highway? Just taking a moment to enjoy the music. Oh, what have we got here? Bright House. Rolent, 49 Selge. Or Gurun Gate, 259 Selge. I'm assuming we'll be told we can't go this way. Still, Rolent City is in the opposite direction. You're not sleepwalking again, are you? I mean, probably. How about you just be quiet and keep your comments to yourself? I'm glad she talks back. Something we really didn't see in Cold Steel with those situations. It's like, shut up, basically. So it's like, yeah, I'm starting to like her already. Just that sort of like, she's got an attitude and I like it. City of Rolent. Looks like we made good time. Not too early or too late either. We just barely graduated from Sunday school. Never dreamed we'd have to study so hard to become bracers. Well, you're in luck. Today is our last day of training. Truth be told, though, you're the one who signed up to be a bracer in the first place. So I don't know why you'd expect to get away with any less effort. Oh yeah, guess it did. Alright then, let's go to it and make it through the last hazing from Shedda. You look ready to me. Let's go meet with Shedda, the bracer guild over there then. Alright, let's go speak to all the NPCs because, who would go through a Kiseki game without speaking all to the speaking all to the NPCs? That's a sentence. Speaking to all the NPCs. There you go. You walking at the box, Fremont. I'm just on my way over to the forest of Mistwell to the south of here for work. There was a merchant from Bose who came here to buy lumber. Might be Bose. I need to get enough ready for the order I received. There's a merchant from Bose who came here to buy lumber. To get enough ready for the order I received. So I gotta figure out the dialogue again. We figured out in Cold Steel 3 what to do with it, but we'll see about it later. And why are you moving? Are you walking towards the counter? Good morning, Mr. Renon. Hello there, Estelle and Joshua. You're rather early today. Did you come to buy a new pair of shoes? Now that you mention it, are there any new ones in stock? You know, like the newest Stragers? Unbelievable. You've actually already forgotten why we came in here to begin with. We're not here to shop. We're supposed to be buying a copy of the Liberl news for Dad, right? Ah, of course. You've always been a big collector of those shoes, haven't you, Estelle? I'm afraid that the new Stragers aren't out yet. If you're after the latest issue of the Liberl news, though, I should have them around noon. Noon, huh? That's right in the middle of our training at the guild house. I'll stop by again after our training is over. Sure, I'll be waiting for you. So the two of you are going to be bracers, are you? I'm jealous. I wanted to be a bracer when I was a kid, too. You can probably say that every boy in Liberl wants to be a bracer at least once in their lives. Except that this one's a girl. Who do you have to make such a big... Who? Where'd I get who from? Why do you have to make such a big deal out of things, Joshua? There are other female bracers like Shedda, too. I didn't mean it in a bad way. Well, hang in there and study hard. When I get my copies of the Liberl news in, I'll set one aside for you. Oh, lovely. Alright, fair enough. Shop. Let's see what we've got here. Tier bomb, purging bomb, driving bomb, insulating tape, EP charge. How much money do I have? 500, of course. I don't want to convert. Exchange. So we've still got all the same stuff here. Still missing a certain one, though. One that I can sell. Alright, very well. Just gonna see if I can... Oh, I can sneak upstairs. Usually get stopped in shops. The morning air is so crisp and fresh. Let's see, it's about time I water my lovely flowers. So it looks like they just repeat that bit of dialogue. We'll see about it, though. I plan to speak to everyone, so don't worry. Let's head up here. The only problem is, like, I may miss people accidentally in terms of they're not on the map. So I may miss them. The weather is so wonderful and revitalizing today. I have this strange feeling that something good is going to happen. Very well. Now, look what the cat dragged in. Estelle and Joshua, how have you been? Good morning, Mr. Steins. Fate. Good morning, sir. How's your father, Cassius? Well, the way I said that, it's like he's calling them Cassius, but how's your father, Cassius? Is he doing well? Yep, he's doing so well it might even surprise you. I don't think there's anyone else his age who's in such good shape. Is that so? My daughter's really wanted to see him. He hasn't shown his face around here in a while. Why? Could you give him a message for me? Tell him that Fate says he'd like to talk about the old days sometime. Sure, we'll tell him. Hey, Joshua. How does Mr. Fate know Dad so well again? I know they're friends and all, but I I've heard that they were battle buddies during their days in the Royal Army. Yeah, that's right. Please tell your father to stop by again sometime. I'd really like to talk to him about the good old days. Is that, yeah. Wait, so like turbo doesn't increase the speed of the text? That's strange. Just wondering, like, there's a yellow... I was wondering where the yellow door was up there. It's like, I see. Hello? Let's see here. Looks like my husband's gone to work. Better do the housework quickly and head out to take care of the shopping. Yeah, I'm noticing a pattern with these guys. Farming, mining, and timber. Those are the three major industries here in Rolent. There's no exaggeration to say that these industries are what support Rolent economically. The timber industry, which grows forests and in turn uses the trees as a resource, began at Queen Alicia's behest. No, that's different. No matter how abundant the woods and forests are here in Rolent, they're not limitless. Much the Queen has a good head on her shoulders and a real knack for business, so it is worth checking twice. I'll do that, at least. Right, up we go. Hello. My husband works in the Mulga mine to the north of here. He left here at the crack of dawn. Sometimes he doesn't even come home for days on end. He doesn't get burned out from working so much. I'm always worrying about that. Oh dear. My daddy's job is digging holes. He finds lots of pretty rocks inside. He says they're called septium? My daddy says his job is digging holes. It's like, oh, that's nice. Still don't see a woo baby around. Almond. That girl is so cute. Got to be courageous and got to talk to her. Courageous. Interesting name. Okay, so what have we got around? Did I go out the yellow door? I didn't, did I? I was just intrigued by going out here. Is there anything around? Careful for the spies everywhere, but other than that, nothing. In the door! In the door! We are planning, by the way, in case you're wondering, to do 2 parts a day with Trails in the Sky. Abend. Good morning, Claire. Good morning, Estelle and Joshua. Did the two of you really become braces? What? How did you know? That's because working in the media is my future goal. I'm going to join the Liberl news service and work hard as a reporter. Don't take my information lightly either. Oh, sure thing. My gut feeling says the 2 of you are going to be in the tabloids. Well, thanks. Isn't it romantic that you 2 lovers are braces who stand for justice? I have this feeling that a juicy drama is about to unfold. Lovers? Joshua and I aren't lovers, we're family. I really don't understand anything, Estelle. Joshua's adopted and things could go either way in the future, right? Not this again. Plus, leaving it at that would surely please the readers. Readers? Anyway, I'm looking forward to the both of you in more ways than one. Oh dear. 2 valiant braces who had each other's backs and attempted to escape from the crisis. Love could definitely grow between them from that point. This is so riveting. Oh dear. So I just wonder if there's a way to quickly get through the dialogue there when it's repeating. Well, I'm thinking we should... How do I change the angle? There we go. Yeah, I'm thinking we should end this part here, and in the next part we'll carry on wandering around Rolent. It's intriguing. So we shall see you in the next part, which is pretty much coming out after this. So, ta-ta for now.